Hello, welcome to episode 46 in the Datapack tutorial series for version 1.21 and sometimes higher. We're going to be making the players be able to craft their own heads, which I think is pretty cool. And straight away I'm going to start with a big thank you to the wonderful GalSergey, because I was late to the computer today. And in my inbox there was, hey, do you like this idea? And I said, I do very much. So the basic idea is very simple. We're going to have a crafting table. We're going to put some items into the crafting table, and we're going to make that player head. And when we put it into our inventory, it's going to turn into our own head. Okay, so let's get on. Where's the best place to start? I think we'll start with, like we normally do, with some files and folders. So if you don't know how to get the basic data pack, you can watch episode 1. I'm going to go to my namespace. I'm going to create a folder. Add advancement. And in there I'm going to create an advancement, a new file. And I'm going to call it set skin.json. It's not going to be happy because we haven't put anything in there. And then in my namespace again, I'm going to create another folder, a recipe. And in there, another file, which I will just call it playerhead. And in my namespace again, another folder, item underline modifier JSON. And oops, I put the JSON on it. We don't want .json on a folder name. Silly infernal. Okay, and in there we'll have a new file, and we'll call that set skin.json. Okay, so those two aren't happy at the moment, but that's okay. I think first of all, we'll go off and let them craft a default head, and then that head, when it goes in their inventory, will convert into their head. So let's go over to Misode. Okay, let's have a go at this one. So it's going to be a shaped crafting, and the pattern I'm going to have is going to be FFF, and the entry for another one, second line FSF, and the last line is going to be FNF. What are those F's and S's and N's? Well, they're going to be linked to the key. So let's put a key in and we'll say F. So anything in the pattern that is an F is going to be rotten flesh. Okay. Anything in the pattern that is an S is going to be a skeleton skull. And anything in the pattern that is an N is going to be, let's make it a nether star. Done. Okay, let's have a little look at that. That's looking all right over there. Right, what's the result going to be? The result is going to be a player head, which will require some components. We're going to have one which will be profile. Let's add that. Okay, that's going to require a name and an ID. Okay, so let's for name. Bump. What do we want to put in there? I don't think we need to put anything in this, but we need ID, so let's do an ID. Let me have a look down here. Okay, ID. Well, what am I going to use? Well, I've got the Datapack Minecraft Heads website, open. And this is the head we're going to use until it converts. And if we go down, we can see, here we go, there's the ID. There, so we're going to have to copy all of those. So I'll start with the first one. We don't want that I and that semicolon. Just copy that bit and put that in there. Then let's copy the second bit and put that in there. And then let's copy the third bit. Copy. And put that in there. And let's copy the fourth bit. Oh, gone crazy. Copy. And put that in there. Okay. And we'll need some properties. So property here, we'll have a list. Add that. that requires a name. That's what I was getting confused. It's not this name, it's this name. And the name of this one is going to be textures. Textures. And that requires a value. Well, back to the heads. The value will be down here at the bottom. Here we go. For developers, value. Let's copy all of that. Copy. And I'm going to put that in there. Okay. And we also want another component, which is going to be some custom data. Boobity boobity boo. There it is, custom data. Add that. And in there we'll have a string. And it's going to be set skin true. Okay. Let's copy that. I think I might have to do a little bit of change. We'll find out. Copy. Back we go into our recipe. Recipe. Play ahead. Paste that in. Okay. Now, I can see that I've spelled JSON wrong, which is why it's not displaying it nicely for me. So if I press F2 on that, we'll change that to a JSON. There we go. That's a bit better. And I'm going to take away these speech marks from around there and just put them around set skin, like so. And the rest will leave. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if these being errors will cause a problem, but let's go and find out. Let's do a reload. Now that button there is just running the reload command. Okay, let us try and see. Aha, okay. So there's our player head. We can get the player head. Okay, let's take everything out. Let's pop back. Right, let's close down player head. And let's do the advancement set skin. Advancement set skin. Okay, let's go back to Misode. And we want advancement now, so we'll switch to advancements. Criteria, so we're going to give it a name. Let's call it set skin. We'll add that. A trigger, it's going to be when the player's inventory changes. So inventory changed. We're going to need some conditions. The conditions is going to be items. Item we're going to look for is a player head. Okay. We're not going to look for a count. We're going to have a predicate. And we're going to check in our predicate the custom data. And we are checking for that set skin that we just set. Set skin true. Okay. And then the reward will be a function, which I will do my usual put placeholder. Okay, let's copy that. Oh, wait. There we go. Press that over there so it updates. Let's copy that. And this is the advancement. Let's paste it in there. Okay, let's change the reward. Well, for the reward, we want to run the function ID load. No, well, we haven't put any other files in yet. Okay, so let's put some files in. Inside function, I'm going to make a new folder. I'm going to call it head, just to keep my functions all tidy. And they'll go in there. We will have... let's see, we'll have a modify macro. We will have another new file which we will call set skin. And we'll have another new file which we will call slot convert. Okay, my advancement is going to run set skin, so let's pop over to the advancements. And here, let's type that I again, the beginning of my namespace, and we can do set skin. Yep, that looks right. Okay, and I'm going to change this again. It might work like that. Let's test it, see if it works like that. Let's save that. Let's close down all the files. Let's go to set skin. I'm not going to revoke the advancement first of all. I'll explain why later. We'll just say hi, and then we'll revoke the advancement. Advancement revoke S only ID set skin, save. Okay, so we can use the recipe to craft the item. The item has a bit of custom data. Okay, then we have the advancement set skin. If our inventory changes and it finds a head with the custom data, it's going to run set skin. Set skin is going to say hi and revoke the advancement. Okay, let's try. Do a reload. So we will pop one of you on, pop one of you on. Now it's on my cursor. That is not counted as part of my inventory. Let's pop it in my inventory. And it says hi. Okay, that's good. Nice. Right, let's throw that one in the bin. Bye-bye. Let's go back. Saying hi is pretty useless. What do we want to do in here? We're going to reset some data first. Reset stored data. Then we will store data for any player heads in inventory. And then we're going to have to convert the data. Convert the way slot data is stored. Or we'll just put convert slot data. Convert slot data. And then revoke the advancement, which we've already done. Revoke advancement. Okay, reset the stored data. This is a nice easy one. Data remove from storage. I'll use my normal ID data. And we'll store it in player heads. Store any data for player heads in the inventory. Data modify storage ID player data player heads. Append from entity at S inventory. Then open up the inventory. We want to be checking components because we only want to store the player heads that have the set skin true. So open and close that. In there we were looking for components. And inside components we are looking for Minecraft custom data. And the custom data we are looking for is set skin true. So we're only going to be storing into our storage items that have the set skin true tag, which is our skull. Now we're going to have to do a conversion on some of the data. So we will do a function slot convert with storage ID data player heads. That just says player. That's why that confused me. Player heads -1. Okay, so we're going to add one. We're going to add them, and then we're going to do convert the data. Okay, that seems all right. Let's go over to convert data, or slot convert. In here, we want to convert the slot formats. So convert slot format for inventory. Convert for offhand. Modify current player head. Remove the current head from storage and run this function again if there are still heads in data. Okay, convert slot format. Because it's not stored the way we want to do it, so we are going to do, this is going to be a macro, but we'll do data, modify storage. It's always nice when you can spell. Modify storage, ID data, player heads, -1, dot slot set value. So if it was slot 0, we would want to set it to container dot 0, but we don't know if it's going to be slot 0. So what we're going to do is use a macro, and inside, because we've stored the inventory, inside the inventory is an entry called slot, and that's that we want to change. We don't want to see slot. We want to change that to container. Open and close those. Slot. Let's say you are using stored data. Convert for offhand, because just to be annoying, it could be in the offhand, so we're going to need a predicate to check as well. Execute if predicate. Let's just type this one. Open and close. We'll need a condition. Condition. Minecraft value check is what we want. Do we have a value check down here? Value check, we do indeed. Minecraft value check. The value. We're looking for a type. Minecraft storage. We're looking for storage. And in there we are looking for ID data. Remember, that's where we're storing stuff. And we're looking for a path. And where did we store it? We stored it into player heads. Player heads, yeah. Player heads. And then it is -1, the last one in the list. Dot slot. And then we want a range. Range. -106, I think, is the slot number for the offhand. I'm pretty sure it is. Okay, so if predicate, value check, storage, ID data player head. So if it equals 106, then run data modify storage, ID data, player heads, -1, last in the list, dot slot, set value to weapon. No, is it underline or full stop? Offhand. Okay, so if it comes along and it says, oh, you're in slot 0, it's going to say, well, we'll change that to container 0. Slot 1, container 1. Slot 2, container 2. Fine. And if it comes along and says, oh, you're in the offhand, you're in slot 106, then we'll change that to weapon offhand. Okay, modify the current player head. And for that, we will use function modify macro with storage. With storage, ID data, player heads, last one in the list. Remove the current head from storage. So we just modified that head. Let's remove it from storage. Data remove from storage, ID data, player heads, last one in the list. But if there's still more in the list, let's do this again. So we'll do function slot convert with storage, ID data, player heads, -1. Okay, so we'll send the next one in the list. Let's save that. Okay, set skin. Why are we revoking set skin at the end instead of the beginning? If we revoke it at the beginning, it's going to convert one and then another one and then another one. I want it to convert all the heads and then it's going to revoke the advancement. So it's going to go through and convert, because we might have 10 heads, we might have 3. So we'll convert them all and then we'll revoke the advancement. So slot convert. we just need to do the modify macro then. So modify macro is going to require an item modifier. So let's make that item modifier. Off we go to Misode. Let's go to item modifiers. Bibbidi bob, there it is. Right. Function. Fill player head. Entity. This. Conditions. Oh no, that's one. Okay, so that's one. We're going to need two. So let's copy this one. Copy. Let's go back. Let's go to set skin. So all that's going to do is a little tiny bit, but we need two. So let's go and make another one because we also want to function set custom data, not copy, set custom data. Tag is going to be a string and it's going to be set skin false. Okay, so there's another one. Cool, because we got two item modifiers. So we're going to need to put them both together. So I'm going to put a comma. I'm going to press enter. I'm going to paste my other one. We've got two in a list. It's not happy. So we need some square brackets to say this is a list. One, and we've got a square bracket at the end. So now it is happy. Well, it's not happy apart from that function, this. We don't need that in there. That's a carry over from when we left the function. See, it left it in because we made two. What I should have done probably is over here we can do a reset to default. Should have done that first. But we know we don't need that this. So we're going to take that out like that. Save. Okay, so we're modifying two things. Okay. Let's go to modify macro. Modify macro is going to modify the item. Item modify entity at S. Ooh, now here this is where we need our macro bit. So I'm just going to say, well, let's do container dot 0, and then we run that modifier. But it might not be in container 0. It might be container 10. It might be offhand. So that's where we're going to use our stored data. And we're going to store the slot. Let's tell this line it is using stored data. Let's save that. Let's go back. Let's do a reload. Let's craft our head out of zombie flesh and a skeleton skull with the power of a nether star. Let's put it into our inventory. Bang, it turns into my head. Whoosh, there it is. Nice. Okay, I like that. Nice little data pack. You can craft your own head. Look, now there's two of me. Look, I've got stacked heads. Whew, there we go. Nice little quick, easy one. Thank you very much to GalSergey again. That was very helpful. Saved me a lot of time today. And I will see you all soon. Enjoy your day. Take care. Bye-bye.